Hi there. We've been working with integers and negative numbers a lot lately. Today we're going to finish that off by talking about multiplying and dividing. I'm going to abbreviate these. Our integers, our negatives. Multiplying and dividing with negatives. I never start writing far enough over, do I? Okay, so let's think about what our rules are here, what our tricks will be. Okay, let's take a negative number, -2, times a positive number. So we know 2 times 3 is 6, but will this be a positive 6 or -6? All right, so our rule is that if you have an odd number of negatives, abbreviating again, your answer, it will equal a negative number. Your answer will be negative. That one I'll write out. Okay, so we have one negative. One is odd. This will be a negative answer. Okay, 5 times -4. 5 times 4 is 20. One negative sign, that's odd, there'll be a -20. Okay, so what if we have two negative signs? -3 times -6. So if we have an odd number of negatives to give us a negative answer, an even number of negatives will give us a positive answer. Okay, so 3 times 6, that's 18. We have two negative signs, right? 2 is even, so this will be a positive 18. Think of your negatives as canceling each other out, okay? When we speak in double negatives, remember negatives when we're talking are words like no or not. When we speak with double negatives, they cancel each other out. Same deal here. So let's see. I do not like broccoli. I'm sure there are some of you that do not like broccoli either. And so I would never say, I don't. Well, instead of don't, I will write do not. I do not want no broccoli. This is grammatically incorrect because it is a double negative. Okay? Now, the reason why we would never say that besides it being grammatically incorrect is that you're saying, I do not want no broccoli. So if you say, I do not want no broccoli, you're saying, I do want some broccoli. Okay, I do not want any broccoli. Okay, so let's see. Odd number of negatives will give you the negative answer. Even number of negatives will give you a positive answer, even if there are no negatives, right? 2 times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. There are 0 negatives here. Remember, 0 is an even number, right? So positive answer. Okay, now this rule works the same way if we're doing dividing. 40 divided by a -8. 40 divided by 8, ignore that for a moment, is 5. Positive or -5? We only have one negative sign, that's odd. So it'll be a negative answer. Okay. -15 divided by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. One negative sign, negative answer. Okay. -28 divided by -4. 28 divided by 4 is 7. We have two negative signs here. So even number of negatives gives us that positive answer. Our answer is 7. Okay, so think here, remember, multiplication and division are opposites, right? So 28 divided by -4 equals 7 because 7 times -4 equals -28, right? They're opposites. Remember your fact families. Okay, so this also works if you have more than one number being multiplied together or divided or any combination. Okay, you just count up your negatives. -2 times 3 times -5 times 1. Ignore your negatives for a minute. This is your shortcut. We could do piece by piece, this, see if it's positive or negative, then the next one, see if it's positive or negative, okay? But this is our shortcut. 2 times 3 is 6. That's 6 times 5 is 30. 30 times 1 is still 30. Then we can go back and see if it's going to be positive or negative for our product, for our answer. Okay, so how many negatives do we have? 1, 2. It's even. So we will have a positive answer. Okay, 3 times -2 times 1 times -6. Okay. Actually, let's make that a -3. Now we have a different number than before. So ignore negatives for a second. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 1 is still 6. And our 6 times 6 is 36. Then we have to go back and see if it's positive or negative. 1, 2, 3 negatives are here. 3 is odd. So an odd number of negatives gives us our negative answer. Okay? Because remember that 2 negatives will cancel each other out. It's like the 2 signs can be combined for a positive, right? So this and this will cancel each other out. And then we've still got one more. Okay? So this is going to be used in all of your math classes from middle school, high school, college. All right. So if you still have any trouble, do some practice. Ask questions in the comments if you need to. I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks for watching.